TV has covered thousands of stories, as you might imagine, all in our commitment to bring you the best in local news coverage. Well, tonight, Local 5's Chris Schuler takes a look back at some of the big stories.
This is what it looks like when 32 million pounds of paper products burn. The Light warehouse fire in Green Bay in April of 1999 caused $10 million and damaged the city's largest fire ever.
We don't have any idea of how the fire started at this point. It started in the southwest corner of the building, was through the roof when our initial crews arrived.
The suspected cause arson, but an 18-year-old suspect was only convicted of burglary after a judge declares a mistrial.
Probably one of the worst that I've seen in a long time.
In Rosendale in September of 1996, in dense fog, a school bus picking up students with a car stopped behind it were both rear-ended by a semi. 4 people in the car died, along with a 15-year-old student in the bus. Rescue crew shaken by the scene.
We see a lot of them. This is very sad when you look at the results.
In June of 1990, a miracle.
I got the rope, bring her. Go now. Good.
A 14-year-old girl trapped for 2 hours under a bridge crossing a raging East River in Green Bay is pulled to safety after rescuers cut a hole through the road to reach her.
Thank him so much, because I was scared, you know, I didn't think anybody heard me.
The girl, caught after the canoe she was in overturned in the river, swollen from heavy rains. In July 1990, 18-year-old Barrett Beck left her Racine County home headed for Appleton for computer training. She never made it. Her van found in a Fond du Lac parking lot 2 days later.
If Barrett can see this and can hear us, we need to hear from her.
Her body found 6 weeks later in rural Fond du Lac County, the cause of death, strangulation. This year, fingerprints inside her van led to the arrest of Dennis Brantner. That case has yet to go to trial. But for some, the fate of their missing loved one is still unknown. September 1998, Amber Wilde, 19 and pregnant, disappeared in Green Bay. Police found her car outside a bar by Lambeau Field, but have never found another trace.
A hopeless planner. She plans Friday, Saturday, on Monday. She's not the type of person to just get misplaced.
Lori Deppis was 20 when she vanished one August night in 1992. Police found her car at her boyfriend's apartment in the town of Menasha, a soda cup filled with ice sitting on its roof, but Deppis was nowhere to be seen.
If Lori could, if she could get in touch with us, she would, and the fact that she hasn't gives us very great concern.
March 1996, a train carrying hazardous materials derailed in Waiawega and caught fire, burning for 2 weeks.
Please evacuate your homes. If you need a place to go to Wapaka Armory in Wapaka.
2,300 people were evacuated from the entire city for 16 days. Amazingly, no injuries or deaths. In November of 1992, Tom Monfiles disappeared at the James River paper mill. A day later, his body was found in a pulp vat with a weight tied around his neck.
It's not a big hole in the floor. It's a large vat, and it has a wall on it about 4 or 5 feet high, and it's about 2 stories deep.
3 years later, 6 co-workers are convicted of his murder. Police saying they killed Monfiles because he turned Keith Kutzke in for stealing an extension cord from work. Former Packers wide receiver James Lofton, charged with second-degree sexual assault, is found not guilty in Brown County Court May of 1987. A Michigan woman said he forced her to perform oral sex in a stairwell of a nightclub.
I don't know if she's the victim of perhaps drinking a little too much. I don't know if she's the product of wearing certain types of clothing and coming on in certain types of ways. I don't know what she is. But one thing she is not, and that is James Lofton's victim.
Payne in Pulaski, October of 1988, where 5 girls, all 13 or going on 13, were killed after being run down by a speeding car while walking down the street. The driver, a 17-year-old boy, suffered a seizure behind the wheel.
It's hard to express your emotion when you see something like this. It's horrendous. It's devastating. Yeah, it's something we will never forget.
In November 1981, I-43 opened after being extended north to Green Bay. Construction of the highway provided a direct route along the eastern side of the state.
I think it'll help in achieving what our governor wants to do as his #1 priority. That's to create more jobs.
January 2000, Packers chairman Bob Harlan unveils a $295 million plan to renovate Lambeau Field, funded through a 0.5% Brown County sales tax. After winning approval in the legislature, the idea passed in the fall in a close vote in Brown County.
We will work as hard as we can with the architects and our owners' representatives and be ready to break ground in January.
Construction began in 2001, was completed by 2003. The stadium tax ends later this year. In 2004, Gina Giese of Fond du Lac made world headlines, becoming the first person to ever survive rabies without the vaccine. Bitten by a bat, doctors say the 15-year-old would have died if not for an experimental treatment that included medically induced coma.
We almost believed right from the beginning that Gina was going to be the one, and parents just can't give that hope up.
After relearning to walk and talk, Gina Giese now leads a normal life. Stephen Avery served 18 years in prison for a rape he didn't commit. Yet 2 years after being exonerated, the Michigan man was arrested for the brutal murder of photographer Teresa Halbach.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Stephen A. Avery, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Halbach's charred remains found in a fire pit on the Avery Auto Salvage Yard. He was sentenced to life without parole.
I'm very happy that the citizens of Manitowoc County won't need to worry about Mr. Avery being on their streets anymore.
And come November 2010, Republican Scott Walker defeats Democrat Tom Barrett in the race for Wisconsin governor. Walker immediately pushed through Act 10, limiting collective bargaining for public employees.
We are going to move forward and chart out a clear course. We're going to follow through on the promises we made in this campaign, and we're going to get the job done.
The response, loud protests in Madison in a 2012 recall election that Walker won again. In 2014, he was re-elected to office and now is considered a top-tier candidate among those seeking the Republican nomination for president in 2016.
A look back, so much we have forgotten. Chris Schuler, thank you so much. We've got Hometown Hero just ahead. Plus, we take a look back at the mile.